I'm going to finally work on these 360s that I've had for a while. They all have the same problem in that the disk drives won't open. They all seem to be Jasper boards as well, which is great because that's the most efficient model they released for these 360 FATs. So I'm going to start disassembling, and you can just rip this front plate off once you get the hard drive out. And you got to work on these clips, get the top and bottom parts off. And this was super brittle and it was so easy to break. So I was trying to be really careful getting all these clips. And I did the best I could, but there's this few parts that just broke off to really no fault of my own. You can see in a second, some pieces just stayed in that cage, like right here. Continuing to be careful, I run through with more of the disassembly. I'm working on the screws. There's a piece of tape that holds the disk drive in. I just cut that. Front plate has a sneaky screw. You have to take that plastic piece off to get it off all the way. The disk drive is pretty dusty, which is a little unusual, and I just keep taking it apart and I can see more dust, and more caked on dust. This is the dustiest system I've opened in a very long time. That is so gross. That's going to take a while to clean, so we'll see how that looks here later on. And again, that is just caked on. These kind of gave me a bit of a problem. I actually had to use pliers for the smaller clamp right here. It was insanely difficult. We can see all the dried up thermal paste. We'll be sure to replace all of this. Shout out to Microsoft for getting thermal paste on the board. Good job. With the amount of dust, I'm not surprised inside the DVD drive was really dusty. I don't see it really that often ever. There's not much reason for dust to be in there, but it's just so dusty. It's just insane. We can see how loose that belt is. I'll be sure to replace that. Final piece, I'm taking the disc tray bezel off. Here's the full disassembly. Be sure to follow to see how it turns out. Thanks for watching.